Search continues tonight for the driver of a vehicle that was found underwater in the Arkansas River near Barling this week. Crews found a four-door car near the Spring Hill Park yesterday in Barling. Driver still has not been found, but it's believed to be Donald McGrew. Investigators do not believe that foul play was involved. City of Prairie Grove releasing more information tonight about the benefit happening for the family of Clinton and Kristen Brink. They're the couple who was murdered last month while hiking in Devil's Den State Park. Prairie Grove's mayor says the event will happen on Saturday, September 6th at the Prairie Grove High School. It'll feature live music, food, and a benefit auction from 4 till 7 that night. All the proceeds will benefit the 3 children the Brinks left behind.
Well, as the fighter pilot training mission continues to expand at the 188th and Fort Smith, the city's Board of Education is considering ways to mitigate the impact of all of that noise on schools around there. They voted last night to work with the city on obtaining federal grant money for noise mitigation at both Orr and Carnall elementary schools. The buildings are near the air base and are expected to deal with very loud sound levels. The board also discussed concerns about spending money on Carnall Elementary, despite plans to potentially move students out of the building.
I mentioned this at the work session, and I don't know how many people go back and watch the work sessions, but for those in the community that have had Carnell on their mind, why are we doing this at Carnell? If they may be closing down, we could potentially keep the building, so it's not going to nothing, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to put that out during the public meeting today.
Yeah, and it's my understanding not only would we keep it, we intend to use it.
The district expects to use the grant money for new windows, doors, roofing, and air conditioning systems, all to help block out noise inside the buildings. Well, developing tonight at the state capitol, another Arkansas school district has been added to the lawsuit challenging a new law that requires the 10 Commandments to be displayed in public school classrooms.
Attorneys have now included the Conway School District as a defendant. Families from Fayetteville, Springdale, Bentonville, Siloam Springs, and now Conway initially filing the lawsuit in June, claiming the law violates the First Amendment. The judge this month issued an injunction blocking the law from taking effect in those districts while the case plays out. It's not clear how the latest filing will impact Conway schools. Supporters argue the law is legal, saying the 10 Commandments are an historical foundation of American legal tradition.
The National MLK Commission's conference happening this week in Arkansas, and Governor Sanders took the stage today to address the event. It's called the Living in the Legacy Conference, brings together members from 5 out-of-state commissions. The focus is upholding Dr. King's mission of service, leadership, civic engagement, and community empowerment. Governor also spoke today on preserving the legacy of historical figures.
Just recently, our state placed 2 new statues in our nation's capital to represent the best of Arkansas. Those 2 people, one was Johnny Cash and the other is civil rights hero Daisy Gatson Bates.
This week's event marks the first national conference of MLK commissions. Well, police are investigating the reports that triggered an active shooter alert at the University of Arkansas campus in Fayetteville, and they're now saying those reports yesterday appear to have been a hoax. Now, tonight we're taking a closer look at how the emergency response unfolded on campus.
Even though it was a hoax, students we spoke with say it still created fear among the campus community. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach spent the day on campus, and Claire talking with both students and campus people there as well.
Morgan, Darren, I'm back at Mullins Library where that initial alert came through. Campus is pretty much back to normal today. We've seen a lot of students walking around, but I spoke to several of them and they tell me that yesterday's events certainly had an impact. Take a look. Freshman Joshua Gardner says he was inside a campus dining hall when the initial alert came through.
I was standing in the 1021 food hall having no idea what was going on and having this misinformation flying, it sparks a lot of fear within the students. For the out-of-state student, that fear turned into panic. In that moment, you feel kind of helpless and there's not much you can really do. I'm an out-of-state student, so I called my grandmother and I was just, I'm sorry, I love you, and I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know if I'm safe. As an education major, Gardner says the experience forced him to think about his future. It kind of got me thinking that, I'm in danger of these kinds of situations in our country for the rest of my life.
Gardner says social media posts made him believe an active shooter was in the building.
We were making phone calls, telling our loved ones. When all of a sudden chaos kind of broke out in the 1021 dining hall, everyone started running and screaming, and I just grabbed my friends and we ran and hid under a table.
And he says the fear was real, no matter the outcome of the threat.
Everything that we felt was real, regardless if it was a false threat or not. Sitting in the 1021 under the table and feeling helpless, like that was going to be my last breath. It's kind of hard to move on from that and just write it off as nothing.
Senior John Dykes says he wants to see more conversation about gun policies on campus.
However quick the officers respond, there is some amount of time between when the danger starts and when the officers can get there. Any trained marksman can hurt a lot of people in just 2 minutes.
And he says limiting who can carry won't solve the issue.
Prohibiting good people from carrying guns only stops the good people from carrying guns. The bad people don't care about the law, so I don't know. I don't see any benefit to that.
University Police Assistant Chief Matt Mills says their active shooter strategy has 3 steps: avoid, deny, defend.
Get out if you can get out. Take as many people with you as you can and just continue to go. If you cannot get out, deny access. Close the door, lock the door if it's possible, barricade it, turn off the lights, and get into a place that you can't be seen from any side windows or glass, and then prepare to defend yourself if a bad guy was to come into the room.
The main priority, make it impossible for someone to enter the room.
Stack chairs, desks, tables, filing cabinets, whatever is available in the room in front of those doors, and then get away from that door opening with the lights off, the phones silenced.
Mills is hopeful to increase gun safety training on campus. He also encourages students and faculty to watch their YouTube training video.
It's something that we can very easily communicate out in training and in meetings, be it residential hall meetings, Greek life meetings, anything of that nature. You take 5 to 10 minutes to watch that video and discuss that as a group will be beneficial.
Mills says they're still investigating where that original call came from, as well as whether this is related to other similar events at universities across the country. Live in Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thanks, Claire. And of course, many students and staff are still processing the mental and emotional toll of what happened yesterday. In response, the university is adding expanding mental health support this week. Drop-in hours for counseling are offered for students Tuesday through Friday. For faculty and staff, it was today and tomorrow. Every day it's from 2 to 4. You can find information about times and locations on the university's social media. And the university is also reminding students and staff counseling and psychological services offers 24-hour emergency support, and the number for that is right there at the bottom of your screen.
The hoax shooting report at the U of A in Fayetteville, one of the at least 11 similar incidents in colleges across the country from Iowa to Pennsylvania. Latest reports happened today at University of Kentucky and Technical College in Georgia. Authorities in Kentucky say they determined the report was hoax before an alert could be issued to students and staff. Now, the FBI says it is working with local law enforcement investigating these reports.